And good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the first show of spring, right? Spring was yesterday. So, welcome to that. Today is March 21st. And I'm going to tell you, this is a topic that came up because somebody was asking about presentations, and I started thinking about it. I was like, hey, we can do a presentation box, and this is how it works. But then I realized, hey, even before that, there's an opportunity to do something before it, and that's going to be your pitch deck. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to find my notes and bring them over here because, hey, if we've been sending out quotes and just hearing crickets, well, then maybe before we, send another one out, we need to look and see what we can change to make that happen. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. If this is your first time here or long time here, I need to know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, what the weather is like in your area. It's not bad out today here. And we got coffee in the cup. And then your 5 things. I ask from this every day because I want you to be successful in your day. So for us, DTF, cut HTV, press shirts, stickers, and content creation. Those are the 5 things that we are working on today because, we've got quite a bit of there's a lot of moving things going on right now, and things that are finishing up, things that are getting done, and you just need to stay on ball with it. And that's why writing my list, really helps me out because I need it. I need it more than what you think, but hey, that's just part of it. So let's check in. Let's see how people are doing. Tim, good morning to you from Toledo, 30 out on the way to 54, about to grab a pink monster drink. Tim likes this pink monster. Barb, good morning to you, North Central Minnesota, 32, cloudy, water in the cup, 5 things, invoicing, order, patch, twill, set up laser cut files. That reminds me, I've got some twill up here with the adhesive back. I'm not sure. I should put it on the laser because I think that's what Corey bought it for years ago. Now I should really see what it is. Set up laser cut files, update QuickBooks, test digitizing designs. Barb's on it. Hi, Tim from Barb. And what's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. 48 and sunny this morning. Taxes and Easter banner. It is Easter time, right? It'll be here before we know it. So remember, sharing's caring. So go make sure to like and subscribe, and then share this any way that you can, because here's what we want to do: is we're going to talk today about building out the pitch deck for you. I'm making sure I can find my notes, so I have those, and I keep hitting the button to make it go away. So that's a fun thing. How about I just grab it? There it is. There it is. It's going there for it. So we're going to talk about hopefully we're going to build you a pitch deck that gets that yes, and that way we don't have to show samples. We don't have to do that. But, when we're looking at this, sometimes we don't get the chance to just walk in with our presentation box. And that's why we're going to talk about that on Monday. So make sure to set your reminders. Monday show, we're going to talk about a presentation box for it. But we don't always get that chance to just walk right in with our goodies and be like, hey, here you go. We're going to be making that pitch over emails, make it over Zooms. We're going to be doing whatever we can do to try and get our foot in the door. And that's where the sales pitch deck, it really becomes our first impression weapon, right? So if you had to think about your pitch deck is maybe like the pregame show, before we do a presentation box. It's our chance to tell our story, to show off our process, to make our value really crystal clear to them. And that's even before they've touched a product for it. So it doesn't matter if you're, presenting in person or, getting on a Zoom call or emailing a follow-up discovery call. This deck is going to be there to help educate, to impress, and to, hopefully lead them to confidently saying, yes, you are who we're going with. And it doesn't need to be like this very stiff and boring and like, here it is. We want it to be fun. We want it to be visual. We want it to be energetic. We want it to be strategic, right? And everybody can use the same tools for this. We don't need anything fancy. You can use stuff that's available to you. You can use Canva for it. You can use Google Slides for it. And that's what we're going to do. We can really have that opportunity to make some killer sales pitch decks, and how it's different than what the presentation box, but it is really paired perfectly with it. So does that make sense to you? Does that make Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense to you. Um, Tanya, good morning. How are you doing? Coffee, water, working web stores and designs. How have you been? Barb, Todd, I'm testing I'm lasering 2 layers of twill. The top will be kiss cut and the bottom is cut around. Then you weed the top and put it directly on the. Oh, that's super fancy. That's super fancy. I've got. Oh, I don't know if I can reach it. Oh, I can reach it. And it won't fall off. I've got. There. I've got that. So I'm gonna try. You know what? I'm gonna go through this and see what we can find. I'm gonna see what I can. Barb, you were gonna inspire me to fire up the laser and do some work because I love that idea. I love it. I love it. I love it. Then you weed the top and you can put on the burning machine to finish it off. This is adhesive back, right? So I don't know if does it need to peel it or anything. I have no instructions or anything on this, so I don't know what I need to do. If that's just the adhesive, I'm good to go. If it needs to peel off, that's something for me to look at and do. I don't even know where it came from, anything about it, but I'm definitely gonna take it. I'm definitely gonna have to look at that. Hi, Check and Tanya. Jeff, good morning, folks. There's frost outside. Oh, this is silly. I know. Yesterday we had it rained and then froze and snowed, right? Yeah. So we had issues where it was like doors were frozen shut. It was just not good yesterday morning. So I'm right there with you. 5 things stay warm. No, my toesies were cold yesterday. I ended up putting on the fuzzy line Crocs to go outside because, hey, it's flip-flop weather time. Hi, Jeff from Barb, and morning, Barb from Jeff. And Tanya's I've been busy, but good. That's great to hear. Stalls has a video on 2-layer twill lasering. All right, now I'm off to. Now you got put that on the list. Put that on the list. Thanks, Barb, so we can do it. So here's the first thing we got to do is we got to understand the role of a pitch deck versus a presentation box, right? So before we start designing anything, put it together, we're going to talk the roles of it. So, a pitch deck is going to be your polished digital storyteller, right? It's going to build that context. It's going to explain your process, and it's going to answer the questions: why you? Why us? Presentation box, on the other hand, is going to be your tactical closer. It lets them see it, it lets them feel it, and it makes them say yes. So ways that to use these and go with it. You're dealing with a nonprofit, and when you send out your email to them, you're going to include just that pitch deck. Showing how your fundraising store works. How much they can earn, and just how easy it is for them. And so now they're really excited to meet you and see samples, and that's where your presentation box will come in. Right now, another option is when we're on a call with somebody. And business wants embroidered polos. Instead of rambling through things, hello, might as well call me AMC because I'm a rambler. Anybody get that? But instead of just rambling through it, you walk them through the deck that explains your timeline, your customization processes, your options for it, and client success stories. And then once they're hooked, then hey, we can set up something and we can get them the presentation box with the samples for them to choose from. So what do we do with this? If we look at the two pieces of it, the pitch deck and the presentation box, your pitch deck is going to be your persuasion, right? And your presentation box is going to be your proof. So pitch deck, persuasion, presentation box, proof. And so you're going to use the deck to warm them up, and then you're going to use the box to seal the deal on it. So number 2 to coming up with these is we don't want the pitch deck to be a word wall, right? We want it to be a visual walkthrough of how you can help them, who you can help, and at the end of the day, why you're awesome to work with. So we're going to focus on images and graphics and icons and bold statements to do that. We don't want long, drawn-out paragraphs. So an example is instead of saying, hey, we offer fully managed spiritware stores that include production creation, order fulfillment, and fundraising payments. Maybe that slide just shows a shirt icon, a store icon, a shipping box, and a money sign. So we got shirt, store, shipping, fundraising. It's simple, It's visual. It's clear to them. Maybe on say your laser engraving stuff. So include those big product photos, like tumblers or plaques or signage, with call outs that say perfect for employee gifts. Brand it your way. Show those off. You don't want little things that are hard to see because engraving is hard enough. So let's have a big tumbler here and have a big message on it, so that way it's for. Now, the great thing is that in both of these things, because we're building this out and we're building this deck for it, Canva, Google Slides, right? Use either one of those and just do 5, 8 slides that are 80% visual. You want them to be able to see. Use big product photos, icons, simple headlines. One idea per slide, and make it easy to follow and fun to look at. So now we have our general pitch deck, right? We're taking what we want to do, we're putting it in here, but are we going to use that same pitch deck for everyone, right? Well, one size does not fit all. So if, we're pitching to a school, that deck should be more built for like a PTO. If you're pitching to a real estate team, then it should feel like it was made for them. So you can tailor those decks to the individual organizations that you're reaching out to. So when you do that, it shows that it's not just some generic thing, right? That this is specifically for them in their market. We made this with them in mind. So when we're looking at, examples of that, for a church, so, include examples like, usher tees or vacation Bible study shirts, maybe some engraved volunteer gifts, mention, how merch can support the ministry goals and help with fundraising for it. For a small business, you wouldn't send that to it because VBS shirts are going to be like, what's this? I don't get it. So for small businesses, you're going to highlight, branded apparel, some signage, customer promo gifts. Maybe include that sign that says why branding matters for small business. And you have, a little, not a whole bunch of words, but little words on why that is. So what we need to do is we need to start somewhere. So create that one basic deck and then build templates for each niche that you serve. So whether it's schools or churches or nonprofits or businesses or bass fishermen, swap in those relevant photos, examples, and languages before each pitch. Now, does all this make sense? Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns before we continue on? We'll check in and see where the rest of it has been. Jeff was outside for 4 hours yesterday helping with the track meet. It was horrible. Spring sports are the worst, man, for weather. Rena, good morning. 52, and we're headed up to 75. And thanks, Rena. I love that. Coffee is brewing and water in the cup. Hi, Rena from Barb. Jerry, morning all. Running late. That's fine, Jerry. We were going to wait for you, and then we decided to continue on. Hi, Barb from Rena. Hi, Jerry from Rena. Hi, Rena from Jerry. Barb says, we already hit our high of 32 for the day. I don't want that. Temps will drop with snow coming this weekend. No way. Hi, Jerry from Barb. Hello, Barb from Jerry. It has been said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. That is 100% right. Morning, Jerry. Jerry, yes, lots of questions on how to set it up. Will you talk more about the mentorship? Yeah, we can talk about it more there all the way. We're walking through setting this up. This is just a pitch deck for it. Which, Jerry, great timing on that, because, the next tip to this is we're going to walk them through that process, because this is one of the most important things that pitch deck can do, is we can make the process feel simple and clear and painless. Because most people have no clue how to order merch and how it works, right? You just assume it can be complicated, and our pitch deck should ease that fear. So, example one, your slide says, pick your products, we build your store, you promote it, we print and ship. I did not say ship. I did that time, but we print and ship, and then you get a check. So there's just the 5 steps to it. Pick your products, build your store, you promote it, we print it and ship it, you get a check. Now, for like a PTO mom sees this, and she doesn't have to manage anything. So when you can go to groups and say, hey, You don't have to manage anything. You just have to promote it. We take care of the rest of it. It's a sigh of relief, right? Because they don't have to deal with it all. A local company sees that your bulk order option is only 3 steps. Design approval, delivery options, reordering made easy. There it is. So maybe we just create that one slide that shows the full process in a visual step-by-step format, and use those numbered icons and the horizontal layouts to make it easy to follow at a glance. So so it just makes it easy for it. It doesn't have to be hard for this at all. And then we're burning through these pretty quick today. And number 5 is that we want to end with a clear call to action, because the best pitch deck in the world won't close deals unless you tell them what do you want them to do next. Now, whether that's book a meeting, request a quote, schedule a call, set up a time for meeting, check out our online samples, your last slide should give them something to do. It needs to be an actionable step. So if we're emailing out for a PTO, your last slide says, want to raise, $1,000+ for your school this season. Let's build you a free store this week. And then you have the QR code, and then it's a button to book the call, or it's to go to the landing page to fill out the information for it. Maybe we're meeting with a local business that's starting up. That final slide is going to say something like, hey, are you ready to outfit your team in branded merch? Let's design your orders. Let's design your uniforms this week, and the first order is going to give you 10% off. It doesn't have to be anything crazy or complicated. So when it comes to that, what do we need to do? We need to make a next steps slide with a direct call to action. And if this is a digital, clickable links for them to be able to click on and go. If it's a physical thing that we're printing out, that we're sending them or dropping off, then we want to make sure to have QR codes that they can scan, and we'll take them right where they need to be. We want to make sure that all of our information has our contact information, our website, social media handles. We want to make it super easy for them so they don't have to think about anything at all. And after we've gone on through this, just like that, we've got ourselves a little pitch deck, that will sell us even before we have to worry about pulling out a sample. And when we have to pull out that sample, that's what we're going to talk about Monday, is the presentation boxes and things that we can include in those to help with it. But this is the first part, the pitch deck to it. So our game plan for it is, we're figuring out the difference between the pitch deck and the presentation box. So we got that now. We know that we need to keep it visual and clean. We don't need it to be super crazy text heavy. People don't want to read. They want to look at pictures. We can customize that once we have our base one to any of the niches that we're pitching. So you have the base one that is in general, and then we can specialize from there. We want to make sure that this pitch deck is going to walk them through the process clearly. What happens? What do I do? How do I do this? And at the end, we want a strong call to action, because we want them to do something for it. This just isn't a slideshow. It is our portable pitch. It's our conversation starter. It's the way of showing that you're organized, that you're professional, and you're already thinking how you can make their life easier. Because at the end of the day, that's what we are, is we are problem solvers, solution finders. That's what we do, right? We can use this for email outreach. We can use this for discovery calls. We can use this for networking events. We can use this for sales meetings. We can use the pitch deck, the slide deck, in so many places. And once somebody's excited about that, then we can follow up with a presentation box. Because the deck got the yes, and now the box will get where do we start. So easy to do. At the end of the day, I know this is hard for a lot of us, but we're not makers, right? We're not just makers. We are a business owner, right? And this pitch deck is like having a salesperson. So that's what we need to do. So we need to present ourselves better, me included. And that's what we've been working on, is to get things better to it. Like I said, there's days where there's $0 sales, and then there's days where there's $5,000 days. We'd like to not have the $0 days and have way more of the $5,000 days. And how do we do that? By getting consistent on message, getting consistent on a pitch deck, getting consistent on a presentation box, figuring out who we want to serve, how we want to serve them. And we need to go that route with it because we do have many facets in the business, just like many of us. When we look at the processes that we do, whether that's shirts, whether that's tumblers, or when we look at processes, whether it's some kind of heat pressed item, screen printed item, a printed item, an engraved item, a sublimated item, an embroidered item. There's so many different levels to it that we can get lost in it. So we want to try and stop that loss from happening. So that's what we got. I'm interested to hear your questions, comments, concerns. Monday we will talk about the presentation box. Wednesday we will talk about competing against national vendors. So that was something that was brought up with competing against first place in BSN. So we're going to talk that Wednesday. Monday will be the presentation box. That's something like content creation. Those are the two things that we'll get the next two shows set up. So interested to hear what your thoughts are on things. And then we go from there. Let's see. Jerry says, I have a quote I have to send out today. We can for sure work through that. But I think it'll take you all day to do your pitch deck. But I'm down for that. Did you guys see my post about buying local? I made up a blog. I know we talked about it in calls and a little on here. It's also to help ASLU. It's also to help where your money is going. Help me with that. Let me see. Oh, I get it. I get it in my head now. I'm getting it. I have not, Tim. I have not. To be honest, I have not been on social media a lot this week. We've been getting other things going and that. So I need to, even though it looks like I've been online all day, every day, I have not. That's the point of scheduling things. I can do other things. Oh, Bart Todd, I will post in Discords the stalls tool video I watched under lasers. I will totally do that because, like I said, I have no clue where this stuff. I don't even know what colors are in here. I don't even know what colors are in here, and if there's more stuff. It looks like there's red and black and white and orange. I don't know what else is in here. I'm gonna try. I need to make something. We'll fire up the laser. We'll fire up the laser and see what we can do with that. Because we fire that up, we've got what other things we have going on here. I'm working on a challenge for myself to get back to Tuesday with Todd. I had conversations with people this week, and they told me I really suck because I stopped doing it, and I gave them my reasons why. I stopped doing it with the biggest reasons why being is just the time and energy that goes into that. Doing a morning live show I can do, doing a prep show, it takes work to do. So especially now that the kids are getting older, we have so much going on at nights, with practices, with games, with events, that it was really hard to be consistent with the live show. I said, well, hey, just start doing a produced one, which scares the hell out of me because we're going from there. But there are some things coming next month. Well, there at least, even if it's an 8-minute video, there will be Tuesday with Todd stuff dropping. One of them I know for sure is engraving on mini bats, because that was something that's in my bag that is delivered. So we need to go over that. We're going to start looking at some of those other things. So if you have ideas that you want to see, let me know, because we are getting back to it. Because as we want to grow our business, remember, we got the three sides of it. We've got our retail side of it, we've got our wholesale side of it, and then we've got our group mentorship that we have. And now we actually have a one-on-one mentorship that people are asking for, and we had people sign up for it, and it's been working out really well. So we need to make all those things come together and some more stuff. So it's great. Thanks, Tanya. Thank you for that. What's the first step in the sales process? Doing something, Jerry. What do you want as far as first one is? It's making the call, whether that's an email, a phone call, a stop by in person. That's making it. But before that, how are we going to do it? Do we have a script in place? Do we have a slide deck in place? Do we have a presentation box? Do we have these things in here? Are we reaching out cold emails? Are we just cold calling? Are we just posting to post? What are we doing? What's the goal of this? Are we doing more? One of the things I will share, actually, I still got to build out. I'll show it in our mentorship call, because we're a new employee swag bundle. That's what we're working on. And I told Kelly I would get her what I put together so that way she could use that as well, and hers, and I'll make sure to get that in there. But I'm going to do it in Canva so then everything can change it, just like when our fundraising stuff. Do it in Canva and send the link and it's there for it. Barb, how do I find you on Discord? You got to join our group, Rena. Cheap ass. Just saying. No, I don't know, but Barb's probably other places on Discord too. I guess I need to know where one might procure a template for the pitch deck. Everyone's going to be different and unique. We can put some ideas together, but yeah, we can come up with a template for you. Where you can just this. I think we can do that. 5 to 8 slides on Canva. I can put one together. I'll do that. And Tim says, I'll post a link to Discord too. Jerry, looks like there's some. There we go. Someone came and just did a quick search. There we go. Pitch decks in Canva. Quick search. There it is. Taking action. That's right. Tanya, we need to take action. Thank you, Tanya. You got it. And Rena, I'm Pat's Discord. That's right. She is in there. That's right. Rena's not. But as we move forward, what's up? And if you want to join our mentorship community, the link is down in the description, along with all of our affiliate links, stuff to order from us, other people that we work with. Make sure to use those. Sharing is caring. It costs you nothing to use your friends' affiliate links, and they get like 1%. So they're not getting rich off of it, but everything does help for it. So make sure to do that. This weekend, it looks like it's going to be crappy weather. I don't think it's going to be nice out until next week, so I'm not sure what we have going on. I haven't even looked. I think this is one weekend we don't have much going on. But we'll move into Monday's show, where we're going to be talking the presentation box. So today, pitch decks. Monday, presentation box. Next Wednesday, competing against national suppliers. So that we got that. All right. With that, everybody have an amazing day. Have an amazing weekend. Get out and do something. If you have a pitch deck, I'd love to hear more about it. Tell me what's in yours. Do that in the comments there. You have links you want to share, do that. If you can share it in the group, do all that. We'd love to see, because, hey, sharing is caring and it helps people out. So until next time, peace, love, press on. We will see you then.